Welcome to the Profits in Pajamas podcast. I'm Danielle DeTeach, or Coach Danny D, and I help women to create luxury brands by creating processes and tightening their branding. This is where we talk about how to build your business in a way that allows you to work with ease and enjoy your life. My happy space is spending as much time as humanly possible in my pajamas. And I want to help others to find their happy space while still running profitable businesses. So get comfortable and let's dig in. Hello and welcome to the Profits in Pajamas podcast. I am Coach Danny D, and I'm always here helping small businesses play big. That's what I do with workflow, and where I am a luxury brand coach. I help women who are creatives to take their luxury brand to the next level, connecting with their ideal client, having an amazing time working with those clients because they're the clients that they love and they love to serve and making money while they're doing it. Also, taking the processes that need to be in place to make sure their business is running smoothly so they have time freedom. So that's what I do in my coaching business. But I also have this podcast where I talk about the work with ease lifestyle because it's very important to me that both in and outside of business, we are working with ease and we are living a life that's in alignment with what we want, not just going through the motions and living out obligations, right? So that's what the podcast is about. This week, if you are a avid listener, I would say watcher, because we post this both on the streaming platforms for podcasts as well as on YouTube. So we do post a video on YouTube, and if you watch the video, you know I'm always actually literally in my pajamas when I do the podcast. But if you are, if this is not your first time watching, then you know that I'm in a different location. So I am in Florence, Italy this week, and I am having an amazing time. I'm here for a business retreat, but it's a wonderful retreat that's mixing the city and the culture into the business process. So I'm excited to share with you guys. If you follow me on social media, your workflow on social media, you can, see the journey of that. But what I wanted to talk to you about today is, are you living a life with intention that is in alignment with what you want out of life? Are you taking those, quote unquote risk? Are you doing the things in your life that are going to take you to the next level? Or are you hesitating and saying, well, one day, well, I can't because the reason why I want to touch on that is, of course, there are things that will or can limit us from doing some of the things we want to do. But I want to challenge you to look at the situation and see, is that limiting your brain? Because just even deciding to come on this retreat, it was like a random conversation between me and a girlfriend, and we were like, let's go. It didn't necessarily make sense. If you follow me, that with the balloon business, I've been doing a lot of traveling lately. I've also invest in coaching and other, things in my business. And, it was a great opportunity. It was a wonderful um, location. I know this retreat is about to be amazing, but I could easily have talked myself into it's not the right time or this doesn't make sense. When something captures you and pulls you, you know, in, you have to start thinking about, am I just not willing to take that risk or challenge myself to go outside of my comfort zone because I'm sure that the same, things that are going on in my life, in my world, could have been used as an excuse by another person not to make this work. I know that in my past, those things would have been an excuse for me not to make this work. But I also know that my life, my business, all of those things started shifting when I stopped letting those little things interfere with what I wanted to do, what I needed to do, what I was being called to do. So, my gut is saying, do this thing. This thing is going to be great. It's going to have, this benefit. But then, I'm going to say logic, but it's not always logic, but we rationalize ourselves out of things. Well, the price point, time, I don't know, I don't know enough about the thing, right? We rationalize ourselves out of things that are going to be beneficial to us in the long run. The first big pivot I made in my business was deciding when I didn't have leave time from my work and I didn't have and I had just come off of another trip for my son, deciding that despite all of that, I was still going to go and do this thing and invest in my business. That was the first, thing that I can look back on. That was a decision to do the thing that didn't make sense, but totally made sense. And I can still clearly see how that one decision shifted everything else. So I want to challenge you. I want you to stop rationalizing yourself into complacency. Stop rationalizing yourself into doing nothing and then being frustrated because you're not getting to where you want to be. Stop doing that to yourself. You have figured out so many things before and you'll figure it out again. I mean, even after I added this retreat to my plate, another opportunity, another coaching opportunity in another area that I wanted to work on came up. And I was just like, Lord, you have a better grasp on how this is all going to come together, how, I'm gonna manage all of these investments that are happening at the same time. But I've come to learn that what that calling feels like. And so when I'm called to it, I become obedient and I just move in that direction. And so many things, amazing things have happened because of that in the past, presently. And I'm just, going through this kind of like growth journey. Because growth is ongoing, it's never like ending. But there are moments where you feel it much more than than other times. And so that's kind of where I'm at right now is another level of growth, but I wouldn't be experiencing that if I hadn't leaned into that thing that was calling me, that didn't totally make sense, that I had to stretch myself, both, mindset, financial, time, because, that created a little bit of a juggle of how everything else is going to play out or me having to push real hard to get certain things done in time, that type of thing. But again, the payoff is so massive. Like I'm literally, in Italy right now. I spent a day with a friend in Paris yesterday, and the day before yesterday. I'm sorry, the days are starting to blur together. So I spent a whole day in Paris, and we had an amazing time. Did a photo shoot and everything. And now I'm in Italy and I'm experiencing that. So there's so much life and so many things to experience, but we have to be willing to be uncomfortable so that we can reach a point where we can be really, really comfortable, if that makes sense to you. Um, people say, success doesn't happen from your comfort zone, and that's totally true. But when you put in that work and when you are willing to get uncomfortable, you get to a point where it becomes comfortable. So I'm going to leave you guys with that because I need to um, go get ready for this amazing day that I'm about to have. And I will see you guys next week. And maybe I'll share a little bit more about the trip. Okay. Have a good rest of your week if you're listening to this week. And if you are looking for help, guidance in how to unlock that life that you want as an entrepreneur, as a woman, if you're looking to unlock that work with ease to where you are really just, at that point where it starts to feel easy. It starts to feel comfortable. There'll still be, challenges. There'll still be other things that arise, but chaos is not going to be your main space anymore. So if you're ready to get off that hamster wheel and to put things in their proper place so that you can enjoy your business and enjoy your life, then reach out to me, CoachDannyD.com, and we can figure out the best way to work together and get you on track. All right. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I'll see y'all next week. Thank you for listening to the Profits in Pajamas podcast. I hope you got some great tips to start working with ease. Want to stay connected? Follow me at Your Workflow on Instagram. For more information about building your luxury brand, register for my upcoming luxury brand workshop at CoachDannyD.com.